time ever tuning in. This is a show where I, a stand-up comedian who is deprived of a live audience because of the coronavirus, instead endeavor to entertain you, the people of YouTube, the people of Twitch, the people of Facebook, wherever you are welcome to the show. Also, you have got an opportunity if you are enjoying the show and you want to at some point use this time constructively. I suggest that you consider supporting this poor African who is currently on the screen. Not me, that one. Okay? Not me, that one. Okay, and the way in which you can support them is if you enjoy the show, if I make you laugh at all in the course of the next 30 to 40 minutes of jokes, either you can make a donation by following the link below, which is to kofi.com/DeliSochaponda, or to become a Patreon at patreon.com. So that's what the show is going to be. The way you've got to know this show is going to work is today's show, I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't have a lot of time to write because I was working on a radio program which will be coming out later this year. So I still wanted to do a Coronacast Comedy Show, and I was like, what can I do? What can I do that doesn't take a lot of time for me to write, but will be very entertaining? So what I have come up with, ladies and gentlemen, for today's Coronacast Comedy Show is we are going to try and look at and create an alphabet of jokes. What do I mean by an alphabet of jokes? Okay, what is about to appear on the side, I thought was going to appear on the side, I guess hasn't appeared on the side, was, oh no. Okay, well, let me put it this way. I have a database of jokes. So if I come up with a joke about penguins, that goes under P. If I make up a joke about aardvarks, that goes under A. And all of my subjects, there's a joke and multiple jokes for each letter. And I wanted to work my way through the alphabet, telling you a joke or doing a comedy routine for each one. Now, of course, there are 26 letters. This could be a very long show. So I will try to get through as many as I can in half an hour. And then if I don't make it through, then the first Coronacast of next week will be the second half of the alphabet. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to work through the episode, there's going to be a little bit of interaction. So if you have any questions, please put it in the chat. Also, sometimes when I'm at a letter and I have several interesting jokes on that letter, I will give you the option of choosing which one of the jokes I should do. So let me take a look at the chat and then we're going to get started. Are you all hearing me nice? Yes, you all seem to be seeing you nice. Hello to Sarah Hall. Hello to Thago Official. Hello to everybody. Actually, also, let me make sure that it is broadcasting on all platforms. That's Facebook sorted. And hold on. That is the other platform sorted over here. Sorry. Yes, I think we are broadcasting. So let's get started with an alphabet of jokes. And we will start, as one could only expect, with the letter A. Ladies and gentlemen, letter A. And for the letter A, I am going to do a joke about an audition. Yes, let me tell you about an audition which I went to. So as a comedian, I go to lots of auditions. Oh, and as you see on the side, the thing which wasn't appearing earlier has appeared. These are my letters. This is how I write my jokes. You'll see there's a joke about auctions, which a lot of you heard on Britain's Got Talent. There's a joke about auction backlash, which is on What the African Said. And here is the joke I'm about to do, which is about the audition competition, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get started. So as a comedian, I often go for auditions, trying to get jobs which will lead to a prosperous career. I went for an audition for a certain television program which will remain nameless. It is a program which has one comedic guest amid all of their satirical comedy moments. I wanted to be it, and I was waiting to go in. I was waiting to go in for my audition, and I noticed another comedian also waiting for the same audition. And then I noticed that this other comedian was praying. And I immediately couldn't help but think, he's cheating. Here I am trying to rely on my talent, and this guy here is trying to bring God into it. I wasn't going to stand for that because I am religious too. I was not going to go down without a fight. So I started praying too. Then I'm praying and he's praying. Okay, we're both praying. And then I open an eye and I see he's on his knees now. He's trying to impress God. I wasn't going to take that. I got down on my knees too. I started praying. I started praying harder. I started going up and down. Muslim style. I'm going up and down, Muslim style. I'm going to get the role. I opened my eyes. He's got a birch and he's whipping himself. He's saying, mea culpa. He's mea culpa. I was like, I'm not giving into that. I got a chicken and I sacrificed it to the ancestors. So neither of us got the job. Actually, a Hindu got the job, which I think tells you who is right. Okay, let's move on to the letter B. Hello to Sean Alexander. Hello to Drew Rishi. Hello to Alex Malcolm Smith. We are moving on to the letter B. What do we have in B? What do we have in B that is interesting? Okay. So I think for B, I am going to do a joke about blackmail. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody tried to blackmail me. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been blackmailed. My blackmailer was very, very direct. They messaged me at a time when my father was on trial, and my blackmailer just told me, "Hey, I am blackmailing you." Very direct. He went on to explain, "Your father is on trial. He is guilty. Give me £5,000. I will tell the police, tell the newspapers." And I had to question myself. I had to be like, if my dad was guilty, did I want him to go to prison? What could I do? But I didn't want to bribe anyone. I didn't want to be implicated. I didn't want to be somebody paying off somebody £5,000. So I was like, what can I do? I realized I had to call my dad, right? I had to call my dad, find out what he thought. But even as I was about to call him, I got a little bit worried because I was like, imagine I call my dad and I say, "Hey, somebody wants £5,000 to destroy evidence." Imagine my dad's like, "Here's the money, destroy the evidence." That would have been very depressing because that would mean he was guilty. But at the same time, the decision had to be made. So I just got my courage up, and I called my dad and I said, "Hey, somebody is trying to blackmail us. He says he has evidence against you and he's going to give it to the police unless we give him £20,000. Yes, I'm not an idiot. If he's guilty, I want my cut." My dad just laughed it off. What a shame. I could have used the 15,000. That there, ladies and gentlemen, is B. Hello to Marlene 8. How are you all doing? Matthew Mechi says, "Have I talked to my Lebanese fans or did I forget?" No, I didn't forget. I actually sent them an email. Hopefully they will email me back and say that they are doing okay. Okay, here we go. Hello. We move on to the next joke in the comedy carousel. We are now on the letter C. What should I talk about with the letter C? What have we got in C? I think possibly in C, I am going to do a joke about, I could do Cosby. I could do a cryptic crossword. What do we want? Do you want Cosby? Do we want a cryptic crossword? Cosby or cryptic or church service? Put it in the comments. And I will make a decision as to which one we want. What do we want? We are doing the whole alphabet. Well, we're trying, Sean Alexander, to get through the whole alphabet, but I won't keep going way past like 40 minutes. So if we get to like 7:40, it's got to be the first half. So we'll do at least 13. Okay, we've got cryptic, and one Cosby. Sarah Hall said cryptic. Sean Alexander said cryptic. Matthew Mechji said Cosby. Drew Rishi said Cosby. We've got two Cosbys, two cryptics. We need one more vote. Somebody said cops, but cops was not one of the options. I like how you're like, I just want cops. Okay, we've got a final cryptic crossword from Marlene 8. So this is the cryptic crossword joke. This was actually romantic story a few years ago. There is a man who proposed to his wife. He proposed to his at the time, his girlfriend, who loved crosswords, by arranging with the people who produced the crossword that 3 of the different answers would say, will you marry me, Jennifer, or whatever her name was, right? So rather romantic, right? That morning, while she was doing the crossword, he arranged it said, will you marry me, Jennifer? She said yes, very beautiful. But I like to think, particularly the very cynical side of me, likes to kind of imagine that in 3 or 4 years, she decided to divorce him. Right? But she didn't just tell him. She repaid the favor. Instead of just telling him, what she did was she got out a Monopoly board and took all the houses. That there is my cryptic crossword joke. Hope you enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to you, Pineapple Sandwich, as well. Let's keep going. We are now on the letter D of the comedy carousel. Okay, so I think I could either do a joke which is about... I've got it. Okay, so here is my joke about don't drink. It's about how I do not drink alcohol. So this is my Deliso does not drink alcohol. I don't drink. I mean, I'll drink occasionally, but I'm not like a big drinker. I'll drink politeness. I'll have like a glass here with someone, but I've never been drunk in my life. Not a drinker. I did not realize until I moved to the UK that this is a serious personality flaw. The absolute horror when English people find out is like, you don't drink? You don't drink? What's wrong with you? You don't drink? And I've never envied it. I never looked at someone drunk and thought to myself, that's what's missing. If I could only piss myself. But I get into moral dilemmas. Because end of the night, I often end up chatting up a woman who's been drinking. End of the night, I have to ask myself, is she too drunk? If I take her home with me, am I taking advantage? So to be a nice guy, I have to be like a policeman. Assess how drunk she is. My pickup lines are things like, can you walk in a straight line to the bed? How many fingers am I holding up? Now blow on this. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the letter D. Before I go into E, somebody says, can you make yourself bigger? I can. On the internet. It's rather internet. That's a little bit bigger. How is that for the graphic? Is that big enough? I could go even bigger. How's that? Okay, I'm now that big. I hope that is big enough for you to see me, because you were having trouble seeing my expressions. Okay, we are now, ladies and gentlemen, going through the alphabet, Ken Mulundo. If I get to K, maybe I will do Kenya. Okay, I'll promise you. If I do K, I will do something Kenya. But we have just done D, so we are going on to the letter E. Letter E, ladies and gentlemen. I have a joke about my ex getting married. That's what I'm going to talk about. I had an ex get married, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if any of you have had an ex get married. It hurts. Even if you hated them, even if you were throwing bricks at them saying, you ruined my life. The moment she got married, I was like, I miss her so much. But I decided I had to make it funny. Because you've got to understand, comedy is cathartic. Anytime I'm depressed, anytime I'm in a bad mood, if I can make it funny, I feel a little bit better. This was the one time in my life I couldn't do it. I sat down trying to write jokes. I just remembered all the good times we spent together. I remembered the time that I proposed to her. I was depressed. I was like, make it funny to me. So I tried for 5 hours. I'm a professional stand-up comedian. The best I could do was to print out a photo and draw a mustache. I guess I won that one. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the letter E. We move on to the letter F, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to the letter F. Letter of F, what shall the F be? I think that the F... Oh, have I done every single F1 on television? Fat Mirror I've done on television. I I've done... Oh, okay, feminist depending where you look. This is actually not even a joke which is ready, but it's F. So, ladies and gentlemen, I, like a lot of other men who are trying to be enlightened, like to think of myself as a feminist sometimes. Somebody asked me, do you consider yourself a feminist? And I said yes, but then I thought about it and I realized it was actually disingenuous. I think that, like a lot of people, it depends where you look. Right? It depends where you look. So if you look at my Facebook posts and my Twitter posts, you could probably say, yes, Deliso is a feminist. But if you look at the rest of my internet search history, probably not. If you look at the way which I treat my partners during the first year of our relationship, you would think I was. But if you look at how I treat them on the last week, probably not. We all have a lot of ideals which we hold, which we don't necessarily live up to in life. So that's more of a concept that's on its way to a joke. But I thought that I would put it out. Okay, let's keep going. Shiva Gatu says, do I miss a live audience every single day? Okay, let's keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody is just saying words which begin with the letter F. This is not a show where I am randomly going to... This person said F, fools, farmers, famine. This is like some kind of game show. No, I am going to tell you a joke I have written about each letter, not you will tell me the words. Okay, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the letter G. The letter G. Letter G, I am going to talk to you about gold diggers. Okay, gold diggers, ladies and gentlemen. When I was young, I used to judge people. I remember walking into a bar in my 20s, and I saw a beautiful 20-year-old with a fat 60-year-old. And I thought to myself, look at that gold digger. Gold digger. She take me money. I was so judgmental. But now I've got older, I've realized you can't judge people. You cannot judge people. So now, if I go into a bar, I see a beautiful 20-year-old, I think to myself, I hope she's a gold digger. Because that's my only chance. I'm not even that wealthy, so it's not actually a gold digger I'm looking for. I'm looking for a silver digger. I got copper, baby. Okay, let us move on from G to the letter H. Letter H, ladies and gentlemen. Letter H. H. Okay, very silly joke. Let us go with holy water. Ladies and gentlemen, holy water. Do you know how religious people make holy water? They get regular water. They bless it. It's holy. If I was a priest, I would bless everything. I go to McDonald's, order a burger, bless it. Holy. Go to McDonald's, order a burger, bless it. Holy cow. Take a dump. Holy shit. Very silly. Let's go on from H to I, ladies and gentlemen. I will do a joke. Oh, there are a lot of I options. We've got the Illuminati. Okay, so these are your options. We've got I cried so hard. We've got imagination. We've got Illuminati. Those are the I options. So say which one you want to hear. Do you want to hear imagination? Oh, no, sorry. I'm going to do imagination on television. You cannot listen to that one. So which one do you want? Do you want I cried so hard? Do you want Illuminati? Okay, what are we doing? Put your votes in. I cried so hard or Illuminati? Okay, so we've got Shiva Gatu asked for Illuminati. We've got Shiva Gatu asked for India. I don't have very many good jokes about India. I mean, I have a few jokes from when I used to open for Sugar Sammy. Which ones? I have one about the missionary position, which was quite silly. No. I cried so hard We've got a vote for I Cried So Hard. We've got another vote for Cried So Hard. Tricky Fun said Cried So Hard. Marlene said Cried So Hard. Sean Alexander said Cry. So it's got to be Cry. It's got to be I Cried So Hard, ladies and gentlemen. I remember, ladies and gentlemen, watching a movie with a woman. Before the movie, we tried to discuss what we should watch. And she was like, oh my God, you know what we got to watch? Let's watch The Notebook. I was like, I've never watched The Notebooks. She was so shocked that I had never watched this romantic movie. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe you've not watched The Notebook. It's my favorite movie. It's so beautiful. I watch it every year and I cry so hard. And I remember thinking, why is I cry so hard? Why is that a recommendation? Who enjoys crying? This is like recommending a movie. Sorry, I flubbed my own joke. Why is I Cried So Hard a recommendation for a movie? Who enjoys crying? This is like recommending a restaurant by saying, oh my gosh, have you eaten at the new curry house? I eat there every single week and I shit myself. It's beautiful. That there is my silly joke. I actually also forgot that I was advised by somebody that what you got to do if you want to have good sound quality is you've got to put your microphone on top of some bubble wrap. Okay, so that's what happened over there. Let's keep going. So that was I. We are on J, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the letter J. Also, what's the 13th letter, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know the 13th letter, because that will be the point where I decide whether or not the show is over. So someone count in your head and tell me what's the 13th letter. Okay, on J, what we got to do is I want to talk about Jacinda Ardern. Jacinda Ardern, who is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, who this year, I've got to admit, has been irritating me quite a lot. She has been irritating me because she is so eloquent. She's so reasonable. She seems like she's know what she's doing. It's so frustrating when you're in the UK. And you know what it's like? It's like if you are in a bad marriage and you've got friends in a happy marriage. Every time you visit their house and watch the two of them, you feel worse, right? So I watch Jacinda Ardern, then I watch what Boris has to say, and I'm like, oh my Lord. But anytime I feel bad, I just change the channel, see what's going on in America. Right now, the man's like, I'm not going. I won. I don't care what the numbers say. I won. That, ladies and gentlemen, is J. The 13th letter is M. Okay, so let's go on. I think, we're going to just go up to M because that's around 30 minutes, and then we'll do the next 13 on another day. Okay. Oh, and today is Friday the 13th, so that is a bonus too. Makes sense. So we are on to K. Oh, the house wants panda. Where is the panda? Where's the panda?
I don't know.
We don't know where the panda is. The panda's hiding. We don't know where the panda is. Did Chelsea eat the panda? I think Chelsea ate the panda.
I don't know where he is.
She says she doesn't know where she is. It's up to you whether you trust Chelsea. I suspect that she ate the panda. Okay, let's move on to K, ladies and gentlemen. K. Interesting. I only have 3 K ones, and one of them, this one's not yet a joke, but I figured that I should try out things which are new ideas because they could be something. So I wanted to do a joke about kids fearing the unknown. It's very interesting if you think about children and the way things they fear, because children are daredevils, okay? A child will jump on a tree and then jump from that tree to another tree, almost breaking their neck. No fear! And at the same time will be afraid of sleeping in a room alone in the dark, right? There are so many cases where children are not frightened by things they should be frightened of and terrified of things that are not scary at all. So similarly, the same child is on a plane in the middle of turbulence, just having a ball of a time while all of the parents are terrified. No fear. But the same child will have a fear that a ghost is going to come in and rob their brain, right? It's also the same kind of logic as people who have conspiracy theories and are terrified. So they're not afraid of the virus. They're not afraid of all of these things which we're all meant to be afraid of, but they're afraid that Bill Gates wants to put a chip in their blood. It's the same kind of logic. So that there is Kay. Hello, Sean Arnold. That's a very excited hello. Hello, back at you. Let's keep going. Okay, I forgot Kenya. Let's do Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. I have a few jokes about Kenya. I will say that I am Kenyan. I am an honorary Kenyan every single time it is the Olympics, right? Because the Kenyans, you have the most amazing athletes. So inspiring. One of them, Julius Yego. Oh, so inspiring. If you're not aware of Julius Yego, he is a Kenyan javelin thrower. Self-taught javelin thrower who just watched videos of javelin throwing on the internet, practiced until he became brilliant, an Olympic level javelin thrower, just from watching videos on the internet. I didn't know you could become that brilliant just from watching videos on the internet. I must be great at sex. That's K, ladies and gentlemen. Little bonus K. Okay, let's keep going to L. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going to L. Somebody, Pineapple Sandwich wants me to make a joke about Liberia. Okay, now I need to just Google one thing to make sure I'm right. Yes, I am right. So, yes, I will do Liberia. So, in 2011, okay, I hope you enjoy this joke about Liberia. I may mispronounce the name, Pineapple Sandwich, but I hope you enjoy it. Are you in Liberia? I hope you're in Liberia. So, in 2011, Lema Gboue, right, was awarded the 2011 Nobel Peace Prize. Why, do you ask me? There was unrest. There was war within Liberia. And, let me say her name again right. Lema Gboue, the way in which she arranged a strike to stop the violence was she arranged a sex strike, right? She contacted all of the women that she could find in Liberia, and they all said that they would not have sex with any men until people put their guns down and had peace talks. And this strategy worked fast. That's what's going to get men talking. It also made me realize that, anytime my girlfriend was not interested in having sex with me, it's not because she wasn't attracted to me. It was just she was trying to show solidarity with the women of Liberia. I know that was 2011 and she was withholding in 2013, but she's just very political. So there, ladies and gentlemen, is the letter L. Let's go now to the letter M. The last one for today, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have? We have Machiavelli, we have Madonna, we have Malawi Censorship Board, we've got Malawi Press, we've got a lot of Malawi, we've got Mandela's grandson, we've got, so choose between, I've done Madonna on television, many different jokes about her, so let's instead, you've got the choice of the Malawian Censorship Board, Mandela's grandson, you've also got the monetize Muslim ban. There's a lot of M's. I think the best three. Okay, these are your options. Men don't hug. Mandela's grandson, and Malawi censorship board. It's going to be the last joke for today. We've gone halfway through the alphabet. So make your choices. Make your votes, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a censorship vote. We've got a Mandela vote. Tie them together, says Sean Alexander. I can't mix the jokes. Sean Alexander has switched to men don't hug. So men don't hug. We've got 2 men don't hugs. We've got 2 Malawi censorships. We've got 1 Mandela's grandson. Put in your votes. Or at least we just need at least 1 tiebreaker. Shiva Gatu coming in for censorship. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we've got another Mandela. We've got another hug. So it's either hug or Mandela. Or Mandela hugging. Censor the men from hugging. Okay, so let's do this. Since it's the last one of the day, I think I'll do 2. I'll do men don't hug, and I will do Nelson Mandela's grandson. So let's begin with Nelson Mandela's grandson. I actually went to school with Nelson Mandela's grandson. It's totally true. I went to school in Swaziland. One of the other kids was Nelson Mandela's grandson, Mandla, and he was a total dick. He was a bully. It's weird being bullied by somebody whose grandfather you idolize, because he's punching you and you're like, could you introduce me? He's such a great inspiration. And it is no wonder that he was a dick. No wonder, because the school was so proud of the fact that he was a child at the school, that he was untouchable. He was untouchable. It was a protest school. It was a school started to combat apartheid. They used the fact that Mandela's grandson was a student to recruit, to fundraise. There was nothing the kid could do that they would punish him. If he swore at a teacher, they would not punish him. No child should have this kind of power, but I understand. What were they going to do? Punish Nelson Mandela's grandson? Definitely weren't going to punish him, and they definitely were not going to give him detention. And then the men don't hug one is, in a lot of cultures, not all cultures, a lot of cultures, like British culture, men have a little bit of hesitation about the idea of hugging other men. They get very tense, homophobic, like, hey, you gay, it's just a hug. Sometimes men need a hug, but the only time in your weird culture it's okay to hug another man, no questions asked, when you're watching sports. After the goal, there's a 30-second window when anything goes. You can hug them. You can kick them. You can stick your tongue down their throat. No problem. I like how I said kick instead of kiss. So when my girlfriend broke up with me and I was feeling a little depressed, my only recourse was to invite my friends over to watch a game. And I was staring at the screen going, somebody score. Somebody score. Yes, hold me. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Coronacast Comedy Show Alphabet Edition. We just did the first 13 letters of the alphabet. We will do N through Z on Monday. Have a very wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Do consider, if you enjoyed the show, if I made you laugh, contributing to feed this African who is in that image. You can either go to kofi.com/Daliso link in the description, or you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/Daliso. This is only existing while Corona is preventing me from doing live entertainment. I will not keep taking your money once I am earning money again, but currently I need it, so help! Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Ciao.